My great-grandfather cleared the land that we work on. We're Acadian descendants, so we're French-speaking as well. Potatoes have been the main crop here since the 1800s, a long time ago. And potatoes are a big deal here in Aroostook County, and in this part, along in the St. John River Valley is a critical crop for us.
I live in Houlton, farm here in Houlton in the surrounding area with my father, Albert Fitzpatrick. Our farm name is Fitzpatrick and Peabody Farms. We grow potatoes for a few markets. We do frozen processing, refrigerated processing, a few chips, and we're anxious to get the 2020 crop rolling here.
Yeah, so the 19 crop, we came off a dry summer. We had an average yield, but quality was good because of the dry summer, the weather that we had. Things were moving right along. Everything was on schedule, and then the virus showed up, COVID-19, and that kind of put us a halt on a lot of things, especially on the processing side, on the French fry side, for the simple reason that food service was shut down. And to try to repurpose these potatoes for a different market and try to change things quickly, it's hard to do.
March came, the pandemic struck, and things looked a lot different. The processors in Aroostook County have continued to operate, which we're very fortunate for, but at a slower pace, of course. The potatoes we have left are in a cement building. When the pandemic started in March and the food service, the dining and all of that came to a virtual halt, we changed the temperature in those buildings to extend their shelf life. We filled that space that was formerly full of extra potatoes with snow. And trying to keep the building cooler and buy ourselves a little time.
Well, the unknown makes everybody nervous. That just goes for anything in life. So, I think that everybody is kind of anxious in that what's going to happen with the rest of this crop. How is this going to play out over the next few weeks and with the crop we've got in the ground? I think they're relatively optimistic, even though we're going to see some acres decreased for the 20 crop. I think they're comfortable in understanding that and working through their system and knowing they're going to have a home for that 20 crop. But it's kind of the unknown. What's this mean, going out? How long is it going to take for the economy to come back? How long is it going to take for demand to increase to where they can get back to where they were? So that unknown is kind of uncomfortable for people, which is understandable.
If all these events, sports events, concerts, all the summer outside events, if that wouldn't have been canceled, we probably would have been short on potatoes to feed all these people that go to these events. It's a time to reset, and it's a time to rethink how we do things. And at the end of the day, our goal is to continue to grow food and feed American people. And we've experienced losses in the past. We expect to experience losses as a farmer. It's kind of budgeted into our program that every year we're going to have some kind of loss, but this one is a huge one because it's across the country. It's happening all at once.
We don't know the impact rate yet. It's going to take a while. Depending on what that financial impact is on some growers, I think they're going to struggle over the next few years because of the economic financial loss they may sustain out of the 19 crop. It's stressful when you're dealing with that unknown, not knowing where you're going to be and how long it's going to take you to overcome that impact.
Crops we go with the seasons. I used to tell my kids that potatoes don't know what day of the week it is or what holiday it is. So we got to put this crop in. We got to speculate a little bit, and we're gonna put some faith into it that this crop is going to sell next year, and hopefully make up some of these losses that we've had in the short term.
Gotta move forward with this 2020 crop, take care of the 2019 crop that's in storage best we can, and get up and work every day and make a plan, and we'll get through this.
We're survivors. Farmers are survivors as best as we can, and so are other people across the country. There's a lot of survivors in this country. We'll figure it out.